All right, so unfortunately I'm starting this in progress because I forgot to record it. We're doing calculus and polar coordinates right now. We're gonna just look at introductory slopes of tangent lines. So we've got the polar equation written in parametric form in terms of x and y, substituting for r f of theta. We use the derivative, how we take derivatives for parametric equations, just applied the product rule. And so to summarize, right, writing this neatly, dy dx is f prime of theta times sine of theta plus f of theta times cosine of theta divided by f prime of theta cosine theta minus f of theta sine theta. So hopefully, so any questions on that? So that's, you are not responsible for this for the test tomorrow, but you are responsible for knowing how to take the derivative for parametric equations. So if I wanted to find the slope of the line tangent to such a curve at some given point, and there's a typo here, there should be an intro parenthesis for the point. F of theta not theta not, right? I would just evaluate my derivative at theta is whatever that value is, theta not. So it's just a plug and play. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one example of this, and I'll save the other one for Monday. And then I will take questions because we have that test thing coming up tomorrow. So this is just plug and play. Any questions on the derivation of the derivative? Did this make sense? Are we cool with how the formula, we got the formula? I like to see we. Okay, so again, it's not necessarily, you don't have to memorize this formula for the test, by the way. This material will be on the final exam along with, potentially sketching polar curves. So I could potentially say, sketch the limit zone, blah, 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 find the area, which we're going to do next week. We didn't talk about that yet. I'll move the homework on that as needed, depending on when we actually finish it. Okay. Anyway, let's do one example. So I'd like to find the slope of the tangent to the curve r equals 4 cosine theta. And so this is our f of theta if we're just going to, plug and play from the formula. That's not a requirement. You can always just derive it from scratch. Okay, so let's just figure out what dy dx is. So dy dx, from the formula, right, we know that it's f prime of theta sine theta plus f of theta cos theta divided by f prime of theta cosine theta minus f of theta sine theta. So f prime of theta is the derivative of 4 cosine theta. And then f is just 4 cosine theta. And then in the denominator, we have the derivative of 4 cosine theta, but this time it's multiplied by cos theta. And then we have minus 4 cosine theta times sine theta. So literally, I'm just plugging into the formula. So nothing too exciting there. I hope. So I've just plugged it into the formula. And then after I plug it into the formula, I actually do the work. So the derivative of 4 cosine theta is minus 4 sine theta. So I have a negative 4 sine theta times sine theta plus 4 cos theta times cos theta And since the derivative doesn't change as I go from the numerator to the denominator, I know that that's negative 4 sine theta cos theta minus 4 cos theta sine theta. So just plugging in what the derivative is. So I personally like to sort of simplify things as much as possible before I plug in the angles. That's just a me thing. And actually, since homework tends to have some multiple choice questions, it might be helpful to remember how we do this. So I'm going to sort of quickly review. I can factor out a negative 4 in the denominator, right? Maybe you'd like me to show one more step, one more middle step. That's negative 4 sine squared theta plus 4 cos squared theta divided by negative 8. I think that's sine theta cos theta. So I'm actually going to factor out a negative 4 from the numerator, giving me cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta. And I'm going to do the same thing in the denominator. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because since I have a sine theta times cosine theta, maybe if I could write that as 2 times sine theta cosine theta, because I know that that's sine of 2 theta. So I'm also going to factor out a negative 4 in the denominator. This is not always going to be the way you're going to do it. Sometimes you just can't simplify it nicely. Sometimes you can, and sometimes it requires more work. If I factor out the negative 4, wouldn't cosine be negative? What did I write? Oh, did I write the? Oh, shoot. You're right, it would be negative. Sorry, I'll factor out a positive 4. Apparently I was smarter when I did this problem writing up the notes. Thanks for pointing that out. Yes, it would have been. My bad. Cosine squared, so what's going to happen here? The 4s are going to cancel, right? And cos squared minus sine squared is cosine of 2 theta, right? Yeah. And 2 sine theta cosine theta is sine of 2 theta. And if you're really adventurous, you could write that as negative cotangent 2 theta, but I'm really going to use this one. So dy dx when theta equals pi over 4 is just going to be negative cosine of 2 times pi over 4 divided by sine of 2 times pi over 4. So I get negative cosine pi over 2 divided by sine pi over 2. So the fact that I messed up the negative didn't do a thing. So dy dx at theta is equal to pi over 4 is 0. So that tells me that I should have a horizontal line if I'm doing the tangent. So sometimes we want to ask ourselves questions like, does this make sense, especially if we want to review things? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch the curve r equals 4 cosine theta. So r equals 4 cosine theta. From yesterday, we know that this is a circle. Center is 2, 0, and the radius is 2. So if I were to draw myself, if I sit right down and draw myself a circle, right, what does my circle look like? Well, my circle, something like this, give myself that. What does my circle look like? Let's make a pretty circle. Okay, so that's a circle centered at 2, 0 of radius 2. Just to make sure that we all agree that that's 2, I'm gonna, that's 2 right there. Okay, So pi over 4 we know is sort of is a 45-degree angle, and if I were to draw the tangent, right, what would the tangent be? Well, I know that at pi over 4, my r is 4 cosine pi over 4, which is 2 root 2. So if I were to draw the tangent, it would be, that's not very tangent, I know, but it will be when I move it down. That's the tangent. That's the tangent at theta equals pi over 4, so we can see that the slope is in fact 0. Okay, so that's actually all I'm going to do on this today. On Monday, I'm going to pick it up with the next example, which is harder, and we're going to work on integrals, finding areas with polar coordinates. We'll see if we can do a couple of examples on that. Hopefully, we'll be able to at least get to a little bit conic sections in polar coordinates, but if not, please make sure you do read the book. Not because it's going to be on the final, but because it's something that it's nice to have like exposure to. So I don't know how far we're going to be able to get. In any event, I'm going to stop recording.